The song Done and Done is one of the songs that we wrote collaboratively with one another and wanted to have this kind of feeling of togetherness. And I wanted that to be juxtaposed against the meaning of the rest of the song. So the song kind of represents this turning point in your life when you are out on your own and you realize for the first time that you might start losing things one after the other. And that kind of is where the impending cycle of loss part of the themes for the album comes from. So in essence, it's about kind of being out on your own and realizing that, wow, it may not end from here. But also while carrying that theme of hope that there are other people with you. And just because things are different now doesn't mean that it's actually the end of things.
We're a band called the Frog Bandit, and this song is called Done and Done. This is where everything stops. Calling your friends and your mom and pops, knowing that no one will answer. What could they possibly know? Locked in my room counting days and thinking on my selfish ways, lamenting my lack of an answer. Who can I count on now? They say that in the end I'll only have myself to trust, but I'm nowhere near the end. I'm nowhere.
Hello, my name is Brendan. I play guitar.
Ted, I play drums.
I'm Jack. I also play guitar and I sing.
I'm Des. I play bass and I sing.
Hi, I'm Josh. I play keys and sometimes lights.
So the Frog Bandit got started in 2016 with myself and two of my roommates. I just kind of was tired of playing solo and said, let's do a thing. We're all musicians. Let's do this. We made a couple of demos and posted them to Facebook. Through Facebook, we found Brandon, and Brandon has been with me through every roster change. We dropped an EP within that same year. It was like the end of 2016. We played our first show. We headlined our first show at the Korova for my birthday. And so since then, it's just kind of been a tradition to do a birthday show every year. And along the way, we picked up Ted not long after, within the next year and a half. And then Ted's just been with us for the long run, too. A couple of years after the start of COVID, when we were coming out of it, we came into Des as our bass player, which was a godsend. And then shortly after that, we released an album, a full LP, Impending Cycle of Loss. Go listen to that on everything that you can listen to music on. And not that long ago, Josh joined us. So Josh has been with us kind of the entire time Des has, but just kind of working in the background, helping us out. And then he's just like, I have a lot more to contribute here. So here he is. Our sound is this kind of fun mix between a poppy post-rock and little twinkles of math rock. We try to aim for something that's really pretty while also being kind of fun and dancey at the same time. Subject matter usually does not reflect that sound, but we take influences from all sorts of places, so I would describe our sound as a bit of a hodgepodge of a lot of really cool things. The Frog Bandit is a name that I was inspired by watching Smokey and the Bandit, where you have the titular bandit and the love interest, Frog. And after watching that movie, I thought, wow, this is the worst love story I've ever seen. And I thought that was appropriate for the band. As for the formatting of the band name, The Frog and Bandit, I was playing a lot of the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall at the time, and I thought it was cute the way that they named their taverns, like the Fox and Pope or like the Bee and Barb, and so I named The Frog and Bandit, and I thought that was just really, it rolled off the tongue. It was nice. So I landed on that. The next song that we're going to be playing is going to have the title of the album. So In Honest Company is a song that we actually had written years ago. It may have been 5 or 6 years ago, and just happened to thematically fit right in. And In Honest Company is about kind of being in this relationship and being really bound to somebody who is really, really not good for you, but you just can't quit it. And it's about what that does to the people around you.
This is a song called In Honest Company. Oh, dirty air in my lungs, just give me breath and I'll waste it. She's saturating the air and asking if I can taste it. The holy water soaking in your sheets, and angels masturbating viciously. Find every hole in the wall with a fistful of your words, and bend them over again just to see what still hurts. Why do I stay here if I belong elsewhere? touchdown. We're all the victim of many empathetic unbound. Why should I care? Contrive to run away. If I was made to belong, I wouldn't wanna be used. Now you're caught in this waiting for a better view of the parts of mystery. Over and over again, it begs the question. In the wake of where we'll wake up, when we'll grow old, where we plan to go. Oh, none of it matters in the grand scheme of who we let make us. Time after time, I've cried on the tile of your bathroom floor, and I think that I've had enough. Why couldn't I be enough? Now you're caught in this waiting for a better view of the parts of mystery. Over and over again, begs the question. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Now who are
Thanks, you guys. I think my biggest influences definitely are a band called From Indian Lakes, and Anthony Green. His solo stuff kind of influenced my writing, along with a little bit of the lyricism from Frontier Ruckus and Matthew Milia.
Mine is definitely a band called Foxing. There's a band called the Mars Volta. They were like the first band I ever really got into, and like guitar-wise, they're like my biggest influence. And then Circa Survive. I like their sound. That's kind of what I try to incorporate, I guess. That's my biggest guitar influence.
I've kind of played all over and listened to a bunch of stuff. What I think I pull most from for Frog would be Interpol, Block Party, and then I think my favorite band is Menomina. It's a good one.
I feel like out of place with the band as far as like my personal musical influences, because I'm really into K-pop, such as Twice. But because I like want to know what they listen to, I listen to a lot of like their favorite bands, and then for the album that we just recorded, I was listening to a lot like Birds and Circus Survive.
I will also add Circus Survive if we're in the genre pool of things, as well as Coheed and Cambria and Dredge. And when it comes to like I guess like piano, I love like Robert Glasper a lot. That's probably what like makes me want to like actually like play and practice like piano more, you know?
To be honest, I just sat there and I just kept pushing buttons until it sounded pretty, and just organizing and making chords, and I was like, oh, this chord sounds good. Let me add this on top of it now. Let me add this. But they were just like virtual instruments. There wasn't any real violins. I wish I could have had a real violin to work with. Yeah, we had a real trumpet. But yeah, it was all virtual instruments, and yeah, I just sat there for hours, like hours and hours, just like piecing stuff together, and just layering until it sounded really pretty. And I was kind of trying to go for like an ambient sound, both at the beginning and at the end. At the end, it was a little bit more chaotic.
For everything in between that are the more traditional kind of like full band songs, it is a bit of a toss-up on how we went about writing those songs. Some of the songs were already, maybe I had a song pre-written that I brought to everyone else, and we all just kind of filled in the blanks with their parts and kind of adjusted. Sometimes it was, in one case, it was another song that Brandon had written in its entirety, that we all kind of turned into something that sounds very different from its original rendition, but I think is a beautiful, beautiful version that stands out all its own. And other ones we collaboratively sat down and wrote from beginning to end together. I think those are the ones that we ended up being the most proud of. And then we took those, kind of ordered them up, thought about them thematically, and thought about that kind of beginning and end that we could cap onto those with and kind of keep them together as one cohesive whole. For the most part, I will write the lyrics, but there are so many cases and times where Ted will say something or he'll throw in a suggestion and that turns into the entire song. It doesn't take much for somebody to set a thematic precedent, and it's really easy to just go from there. I mean, inspiration strikes and you can just really go with it. In the case of Ben off of the album, that was 100% Brandon's doing.
Something to add for the songs that we wrote together is that they all included a 6-foot whiteboard that was filled top to bottom, very dense, and just highlight all the parts.
When we were starting to write the songs collaboratively together, we were getting a little lost in the beginning stages. So I was like, hey guys, I have this whiteboard. We can write all the parts on it. So I did, and we've always used it for like every song that we've written together. And it's helped out a lot, just structure-wise, everything's like our style, and we can pay attention to each part intentionally, how we want it to sound, in great detail. And I think that helps a lot. So it's literally a big whiteboard, like this tall, very skinny. And so we just write like intro, we might write loud for like only daughter, intro dash loud, and just go through like, okay, maybe a verse here, something pretty here, and ba-dum-bum, like for the next part. This is like little notes. Yeah, just simple words like notes to us for each part of the song.
The next song is Ben.
So Ben is a song I wrote. It was about one of my friends who took his own life. It's just kind of, I guess, my own little reflection, I guess, of like what happened during that time, like the events that led up to that. And it's just my main purpose, I guess, was just so people can reach out to their friends. I think it's super important. There's a lot of people struggling with depression. And I think being there is really, really important. That's kind of just what I wanted to push out with that song. This song is called Ben. Planes just barely taking off on highway north. Sorry that I can't tag along. Promise next time I will. No, how
you take your life?
I think my favorite part about the scene is kind of the potential for longevity. There are people that have been playing music for as long as I've been playing music, and the fact that I can still go to shows and play shows and be alongside them, no matter how long it's been, I love that. I love that sense of camaraderie with the people who've just been around for ages.
The scene is a fun thing to talk about. I mean, I've been around for a long time. I've seen bands come and go, venues come and go, and the scene just kind of ebb and flow with that. And it really does, kind of just take one or two bands that really have that gumption to do more to like reinvigorate everyone else. It's also been an interesting thing to talk about as I get older, just because I can't stay out all the time every night. I have a 9-to-5. I have a mortgage. I have things that are important to me too. My availability for the scene has changed, and that's very interesting to just kind of, look at retrospectively every once in a while.
Yeah, but even then, even like what you're saying, like maybe we're not out there as much as we wish we could be. There's still a lot of support though, which is really cool. Like there will be bands that I don't see for a long, long time, or I can't go to all their shows as much as I wish I could go. But they'll still be at our shows, or they'll still be like supporting however they can, and that's really cool. I like that.
I don't want to sound like pessimistic, like, oh, I'm old, I'm tired. But to what Brandon said, like, there's a lot of great bands out there. There's a lot of great musicians that move from one band to the other so that they can continue to make music. There's a lot of great musicians in this room, behind us that have done the same thing. I'd say to anyone that is worried about the scene, just go out and play music. It's kind of like a Field of Dreams thing. If you do it, you build it and they'll come. So just keep playing.
I'm the least amount of time in the music scene, so what's been really fun for me is being able to inspire other people who maybe at the time they don't play an instrument, or maybe they're interested in playing instrument, especially like bass. Because I've taught myself for like the past 3 years. So I think it's really cool to meet people afterwards, and they're just so excited, like, oh, it's so cool to see like a female bassist. You're so awesome and just rocking out on stage, and they feel inspired to do their own thing, and then they show me and I'm like, that's really cool. So I would say that's my favorite part.
Probably like seeing new faces in the scene, or even like pulling people in that are like not just musicians, because sometimes I think we get a little like caught up in like, oh, like get my other friend's band to come see us, but like how Ted was saying, like it's tough as you get older to like keep going out like every night. Like back in the day, I've played in a good few bands. I used to be running around like all the time, and then you get older and you're like, oh shoot, like it's a little hard to get out there, But my goal is always to like, even to tell like other bands too, like just make sure you're not just trying to like push to like get like your friends or your musician friends, the people who are like gonna like naturally be gravitated over to you, but like really try to make that aim to get like other people who are maybe like not musically inclined, who maybe don't go out to shows, who have like other hobbies and passions, and trying to get them to like, hey, come experience a show or something, or hey, let's like maybe do a show or something that is like a bigger combination, a bigger event. We've had shows at like Tandem where you have the show, but you also have like a night market, in there too. And, and sometimes you think like, would any of these people like be able to go to shows? Like they're all running their little businesses wherever they can like set them up and stuff. So it's cool to like bring them in. They bring other people in also who maybe like markets and stuff. And, and they see a show and they're like, oh man, this is really awesome. And then you just end up connecting from there.
We have a song called Curse that we're playing, and Curse is a song that I kind of wrote off of a concept in my mind, just like this image of somebody just crying in this pool of sludge and ichor, and it kind of made me think of the poisonous way that we can kind of chase our dreams and our ideals, and what that can do to the people around you, the people involved, do to you. It's about flying too close to the sun and chasing these things and bringing everybody down with you. So that song was another one that we all wrote together collaboratively. That kind of I'm really, really proud of the way that one came together.
And the song is called Curse. You'll regret it, and it's harder for me to see why I was in agony. If I said that I'd hope to see you happy, then why am I wishing now that I was blind? Yesterday's news and tomorrow's dues place me on the plate where I can be worth more to you. I'm yesterday's news and tomorrow's dues place me on the plate where I can be worth more to you. I'm yesterday's news and tomorrow's dues place me on the plate where I can be worth more to you. I'm yesterday's news and tomorrow's dues place me on the plate where I can be worth more to you.
Can I ask for Curse, whose idea it was to include the Great Fairy Fountain thing?
That was mine.
Okay, it sounds wonderful.
Thanks. I did it as a joke. I was like, oh, this is so funny. I can incorporate Fairy Fountain in this song. Like, because in the beginning, there's a part that kind of sounds like it. And I was like, hey, that's like the first part of Fairy Fountain. I'm like, I wonder if I can play the whole song during the solo part. And I did. I like did it at practice, and we're like all cracking up. I'm like, ah. I'm like, nah, I shouldn't incorporate it. And then we're in the recording studio. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep it. It sounds cool.
I've noticed lately that the city has made more of an effort to spotlight artists in our city. So, like, for example, I saw a clip recently of our mayor saying my cousin's name, Mai Peloti. And I was like, wow, that's really cool that, probably a lot of people there in city council don't really go out to shows too much, or people who are in the room. So it's cool that they could showcase stuff at the beginning of their town meetings. And just, I think, different events. We're going to play at Confluence Park soon. And I know that that's just a weird spot for a show, but, the intention to bring other people who might not see live music, or like what we did at Tandem, have a night market associated with it. I think those are all really good steps to bring people who are not musicians to like see something else and be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know like this was here in the city.
To piggyback off of what Des was saying, as far as like just having more shows, I guess, in like more interesting areas, and not just them being relegated to just like bars and venues and stuff all the time. There are a lot of people who don't believe in going out to bars and stuff, and that holds them back, but they love music and they don't have any holds against that. But, and so I've always loved having, daytime shows, or being like just like outside, or just interesting spots. Like we did a show at GameStop, not too long ago, and we might do another one again outside a GameStop again. Same one probably, but place you wouldn't expect, and you're like, oh, we're over here at GameStop, everyone come see us. So that was cool. That was for the Switch 2 release, and then, I don't know, we might be there for the Pokemon release. So
One thing I definitely do notice and do appreciate is when shows are outside of just the downtown area. Starlighter, the Deco District, many years ago, it was Imagine, on the northwest side. And I feel like opening up these outer area, not even outer, just not total central, definitely does open up everything to a much wider audience, and definitely allows more people that may even have just an aversion to the parking and towing and stuff to get out and participate. The Strip, I mean, love it, but it makes it harder every time to play there, I feel.
Cut this noise ordinance crap, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's just like sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, you're living next to this bar. I don't know. I don't know. No, I understand. Yeah, people got to go work the morning. I don't know. Maybe if there was a way of like, more artists, or I don't know, more compensation sometimes, maybe for, original music here and there and stuff like that. But, it's tough. I understand how that goes.
All ages shows, I think, are definitely something that could really help a lot. Not just for, underage people, but also for as we're getting older, we want to bring kids to shows. We want to bring our friends that are parents to shows at reasonable times. Would make a big difference.
People can find us on Instagram. That's where we're probably the most active socially, at The Frog and Bandit. All together, all one word, on Instagram. That was a sad distinction we had to make. You can't put an ampersand into the at handle. We're also on Facebook, where we post same thing we post on Instagram. It's linked. Thank you, Meta, for stealing all of our information just to make it easier for us to share band information. You can listen to all of our music anywhere that you can listen to music: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Deezer, Bandcamp. Oh yeah, we're on TikTok. If you're on Instagram, you can put our music on your stories. We're on Roblox. If you play Roblox, our music's on Roblox. I made sure to tick that box when we were distributing it. You can listen to Impending Cycle of Loss, our most recent album that we released back in May, on every platform. If you can't find it, message us on Instagram and we'll make fun of you.
We're a band called the Frog and Bandit, and this song is called Only Daughter. is all we've known. Cutting our hands on their broken bones, and the well that you need runs completely dry. Suffer again while they watch you cry, calling on you from afar, begging a wish from a star, calling on you from afar, like begging a wish from a star. It's not too late when I asked them to come to me. I burnt it all down to keep this within my reach. If this is the way it has to be, then I'm fine. If this is the way it has to be, then I'm fine. It's not too late when I'm bringing you back with me. I use my whole heart and matching your melody. Find the words so the message never falls apart. I'll be here when you come home. When they triumph, they die like fire and powder. And they triumph, they die like fire and powder. And running brightly, they die like fire and powder. And they triumph, they die like fire and powder. They triumph, they die like fire and powder. Remembering things I could have done better, conglomerate thoughts, and they all hurt independently now. I wish all that I could do to keep from holding you back, but I know better than anyone it's got to offend you. The push and pull and tug without war, you've given up, but I could never see the flash I falter. When in the shadow of the canopy held by evil men, you are the son and an only daughter. They finally come for me. I burnt it all down to keep this within my reach. If this is the way it has to be, then I'm fine. If this is the way it has to be, then I'm fine. If it's not too late, well then I'm bringing you back with me. I'd use my whole heart in matching your melody. Find the words so the message never falls apart. I'll be here when you come home.
Thank you. We've been a band called the Frog Bandit, and you've been the loveliest thing I've seen all week.
Woo!